Asian cuisine has many different layers. Of course, we know all the sushis, the satés, and the curries exist. But if you really want to get to know an Asian cuisine, my suggestion is eat loads of it, experiment, and eat all the different varieties. What we have today, guys, is the lab, which is a very famous northeastern specialty.
From Thailand.
Yeah?
So,
It's also the unofficial national dish of Laos. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Thank
Well,
you. And in fact, northeastern Thailand borders Laos, so it makes good sense.
Okay, let's do it.
So before we begin, what exactly is lab? It's a dish that consists of meat. We have pork here today, but you could use duck, different sorts of livers,
Yeah.
whatever you want really. So,
So I'm going to throw this in a pan.
okay.
Okay.
No oil?
Yeah, no oil.
So kind of,
Got my lime here, half a lime. I'm going to squeeze my lime on the pork, as you can see. And I'm going to ask you to just give me a little bit of, just like half of that of water.
okay, great.
I'm going to cook my lab, or cook my pork in the water, yeah? So I'm just going to moisten that for a little bit. And then, you can see that's cooking already. Just a little bit of dash of water, Natasha.
Just a dash, really.
That's perfect, thank you. Now, you think that the pork is going to get dry, but you know, pork's got so much fat in it, it's just going to cook in its own juices. You're going to watch and see.
Nice.
Yeah? So while this is cooking, and all I've marinated with is
Lemon juice.
lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
So while this is cooking, my dear, why don't you toast that rice?
Okay, so I have just a bit of rice here. It's like 1.5 heaping tablespoons.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to toast it up.
And the basically why we're adding toasted rice is just to add it, to give it a little bit of texture, you know? You see that? See how moist the lab is?
Nice.
Nice, right? And I'm going to flavor this with a little bit of fish sauce. Why not? So maybe 2 teaspoons of that right now. So while this is getting done, I'm going to chop up some shallots and I'm going to chop up my scallions right over here. So I think my pork is done over here, my dear.
Okay. My rice
Put this off.
toasting a little bit more.
You don't want to get that too brown.
Yep,
Just
careful
enough
not to
that
burn
you can
it.
just grind it in the mixer.
Okay.
And then we're ready to go. Okay?
Okay, this is done. I'm just going to throw it in the blender now. Throw the rice in there.
Perfect.
Okay. This is done. Toasted, grinded rice. So I'm going to keep it to the side. There's a few different types of versions of lab. One of them being the wild version.
The wild version. My God.
And guess what it's called? It's called the Lou.
The Lou. I'm going to the Lou. That's great.
Nikhil.
That
How
really sounds wild.
disgraceful.
That really sounds wild.
So let me just tell you about the Lou. In fact, it's the same sort of idea as the lab, but they use raw meat instead. Okay, and guess what else they put in it? Blood. Aside from everything else, they throw a little bit of blood in there from a duck or a pig or whatever animal is available at the time. So just a little bit of trivia about lab and the variations.
Okay, perfect.
Now I have the rice here. Do you want me
Put it
to
in.
dump that in? Now the reason for the rice is it gives it extra body, right?
Yes, yes it does. That's good, that's good.
Okay.
Just mix that up first.
And it's going to add a nice, crunchy, special
Nutty flavor, nutty texture
consistency
to it,
to
yeah?
it too, yeah.
Okay.